Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Love Solutions podcast. This is your girl, Sayani.
Welcome back, beautiful people. It's your girl, Daria Marie. Hello, hello.
And tonight's topic is, or wherever you may be listening, the topic is solutions on how to set boundaries and avoiding uncomfortable situations. So, as I was saying, the reason why we brought up this conversation, this topic, was because there was a video all over the internet, and I think you sent it to me, Dee, or did I send it to you?
Or I sent it to you because I couldn't stop laughing at the shit.
It was hilarious. But it's crazy because what happened was the guy flew out this Instagram model. I believe that's what it was. It was an Instagram model that he flew out. And the Instagram model, once she got there, of course, he paid for her flight. He paid for the hotel for her to stay in. He paid basically for everything. This woman didn't spend a dime, right? They met online. They met on Instagram. They had been talking for a few months. What ended up happening was before going to dinner, he wanted to get some. So what happened was she said, "Don't touch me." She told him, "Don't touch me. I don't care. Like, this is what I want right now. And what I want is for you not to touch me." So we go in the comment section, and the comment section, first of all, it was hilarious. But there was this one comment that really, really stood out to me. And I had to screenshot it. I circled it and I sent it to you, Dee. So let's talk about it, babe.
Well, there's a lot of components and a lot of parts about this video that give me very strong feelings and opinions, and in turn will have solutions about how to avoid situations like this, and also just why I don't even understand the entire concept of the dynamic between these two people. So first of all, homeboy said, "I've been talking to her through Instagram for 6 months." That was the first thing he said. So you guys didn't even exchange phone numbers yet, and you flew her out. I think he said from Indiana or to Indiana, one or the other.
Yeah.
So you're talking to this person through IG for that long. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm vibing with somebody, or I'm expecting something from somebody, or I'm going to even meet up with you in person, it's not just going to be solely through any social media platform. Like, no. So that to me in itself was a red flag. So she didn't even want to give you her phone number. Then he said, because she don't fly Spirit. So she goes, "That's a death wish." Yo, the commentary in the back was hilarious. He was like, then she wanted some food. And she was like, "Oh, I want crab legs." She's like, "I love crab legs." Yo, I couldn't stop laughing because he's all in her face, pointing the finger in her face, talking very disrespectful. He was saying, like, "I've been a gentleman up until this point. I've blown 5 racks on you already." Like, what is wrong with you? First of all, why are you spending this type of money on somebody? Period. Like, there are people that have been married that don't even spend that type of bread on each other. Like, I'm confused. And then the whole point of this live and the whole point of this podcast and of this topic of this evening is, you guys, we say this all the time, people need to have conversations first. Like, why do you think he wants to fly you out? Like, what do you think his end goal is? Okay, maybe he wants to spend time with you, have fun with you, vibe with you, go to dinner with you, all of those things, but you don't think he's going to try to do something with you? Like, come on, what did you think?
So I'm glad that you brought that up, because this goes this falls into boundaries, right? We have boundaries, but my thing is, even if I was to put myself in a man's shoes, like in his shoes, first of all, I wouldn't just spend that much money on no woman. That's one. And especially if I don't know you. Like, I'll spend money if you like my wifey, like if you my girl, like we've been, we've been together for a while. I'm going to go ahead and spend that money. But if I don't know you, I'm not going to spend that money. That's one. But two, is also his fault. Is also his fault. Like, I would have to, putting myself in his shoes, I would have to tell myself, this is my fault. Because this made me look hella thirsty. I spent 5 racks. I only been speaking to this girl for 6 months. She talking about she don't fly Spirit, so I'm paying for her flight. I'm paying for the hotel. I'm paying for dinner when she comes out here. Like, and she brings nothing with her. So I would expect, and again, I'm saying keyword expect, not that, oh, it's going to happen. Like, if there was a conversation beforehand about, hey, listen, you already know what it is. Like, I can't wait to see you. Like, when I see you, if we're already having that conversation of, I can't wait to see you and hug you and kiss you, like, just want to feel on you real quick, like, getting to know you, I can't wait to see you. Yeah, that means he's, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That means that, to me, it means he wants some type of affection. And in another way, more a deeper connection, because we can't say certain things here live on TikTok. But I would have expected her to be like, not say, oh, don't touch me. Like, if he wanted to fill on your booty a little bit, I'm just saying, let the man fill up on the booty. But at the same time, both of y'all don't really owe anything to each other. Y'all did this whole thing wrong. Both
Right.
did this wrong.
I feel like, listen, 9 times out of 10, if you're a woman and you're like above the age of 25, you can kind of tell based on the offer or what's presented to you from a man, like what their prerogative is. Like, if a guy tells you to come over, they're going to cook for you. Yes, you could go there and he can cook for you. And yes, it may not lead to the full on action, but 9 times out of 10, that's what they're hoping is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to understand that listen, I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't go and have a man pay for a flight, spend nights in a hotel with him if I wasn't planning on getting it popping. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if I don't have interest in you, like, to me, yes, he did it wrong, and yes, he kind of looks thirsty, but like, she also looks like a bum. Like, the fact that you're not even into this man and you're
Yep.
sitting there allowing him to like pay tabs on flights and dinners, and you're sleeping in a hotel with him, like, are you that thirsty that you need a man to set you up for that? Like, you look like a bum. Like, you can go out and go to dinner by yourself, you could go out for drinks with your friends, you can do your own solo vacation if you want to. Like, why are you putting yourself in a situation that you have to spend time intimately with a man, and it's somebody that you have zero interest in? Like, you said, let him feel your booty. Girl, 5 racks and you get to feel a booty, that's it? Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. Like, no man spends all that money just for company. Exactly. And like, women are all like, oh
Right.
my God, she's like, oh, you're all on your high horse because of your money. Like, yes, money is a legitimate thing.
You know what really upsets, like, it upsets me when I hear women talk about, oh, he was just flaunting his money. That's why she got flued out. That's why she accepted the flights. So let's just stop pointing the finger at the man. Like, she has as much fault as he does. Because at the end of the day, first of all, you're putting yourself in danger, sweetheart. And if money really means that much to you, that you are willing to get flown out, okay, you got flown the out. Paid, everything paid. Sorry, honey,
All
but you,
good on that. Like, all the way good. Like,
yeah, right. Like, I don't even want it. Especially if I don't already find you attractive, if I have no physical or any type of like intimacy, like, you don't make me feel no type of like flutters in my stomach. I'm just saying, I just can't, butterflies in my stomach. Like, I can't put myself in that type of situation. So she does look like she was thirsty for the money. She thought that she
Right.
was going to go out there. He was going to spend all this money, just be, I guess, a sugar baby or whatever you call it nowadays, and everything was going to be all good. Sorry, sweetheart. And for the women out there, I'm telling y'all, we need to be more realistic. We need to be more realistic because this is what's happening in today's world. It's like, oh, women expect all of these things, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, you expect all of these things, but girl, make sure you have all of these things that you're expecting from this man that you got it yourself. And then on top of that, that you're ready to even offer these things. Okay, like I'm so sick and tired of this, the pointing the finger at the man, the man, the man. This is why these men feel like they need to make the bag, they need to make the money. And I'm glad that that video came out.
I mean, to be
Because
honest, there's some men that are in full-on relationships that have a woman that's loyal, dedicated, giving them all the play, and they won't spend half that money on their own woman. So honestly, I give a little bit of props to this guy because he was, willing to give this
to
woman
really show her a good time,
right, right.
like he really took time out of his day, out of his nights, out of his weeks, months. This man was talking to her for 6 months on Instagram.
That's what I'm about, yo. Mr. Sinister, he said she played him. Absolutely. And the thing is
Big time.
the solutions that we want to talk about are not only setting boundaries, but also not putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. So had homegirl said, like, I hope you don't think that because we're gonna, meet each other for the first time in person that that's gonna result in us being intimate with each other. I just want to let you know what my boundaries are. I feel like I want to get to know somebody, or I have X amount of time before I get intimate. Like, he may say, like, never mind, but then at least you're not putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You have to discuss with people your boundaries, and 9 times out of 10 the person's going to respect you for you advocating for yourself and for you speaking up. Like, and honestly, I don't really care what you think. These are my boundaries. This is what I will and will not do, and this is what I want and what I don't want. So if you don't want to partake in that and you don't agree with me, at least I told you. And now she looks like a sucker. Like, you literally made this whole, and if she, I wish I could have seen the conversation for 6 months, because if she was like gassing him up and like,
Had to be.
what did you get out of that? You got some crab legs, a hotel, and bashed on Instagram. Like, that's what you got. Like, that's what you got out of this whole situation. It's insane. He out himself. Yeah, I mean, like, he could have even said to her, like, and honestly, I know some dudes, and I would never, disrespect men, but if there really are some dudes out there that'll just like go above and beyond. Like you said, she's an Instagram model. I didn't see her face because her face was blurred out.
No, he said that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In the video, I
Her
believe.
blurred out, but like, do you not know how many people are on these women, are like trying to get around them, get next to them, like flashing money, throwing money? Like, you look like this is you're not any different from anybody else. She probably gets this all the time. So she's sitting there like, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm getting my Uber. Like, and he's like, I got another chick coming through. I couldn't stop laughing because her in the background was so funny. Like, she's like, I love crab legs. Like, what? Like, she looked mad ratchet to me. I'm like, what is going on? What is happening?
I can't.
But like, on some real shit, talking about boundaries, you talked about how you're risking your life and how it's dangerous.
Yes.
Like, you're getting on a plane that another person made a reservation for you. You're going to a hotel with a man. You don't know if he has anything on him. You don't know what his plans are. What if you didn't want to consent to being intimate with him and he got aggressive with you or violent with you? Like, the worst he did was record a video and start talking shit to you. He didn't get aggressive. Right. You don't know what someone can do to you. Your life could just be over because you wanted some crab legs. Like, really? Like,
and not only that, but also to be able to brag to the friends, to be able like that. The topic, the Freddie Chico show, the topic is solutions on how to set boundaries and avoiding uncomfortable situations. So that's my thing. Is like, no one, as a woman, I have to think more than just be after the money. Like, if you was really after the money, get the money. Get the money. But you talking about you're jumping on a flight. Everything is paid for, sweetie. You know what? Everything is paid for. So guess what? And I've said this before on a podcast. If it was me, that something that and you know this, D, because you and I, we're similar in this. We're direct. We are direct. We will say what we want. We will say what we will allow and not allow. You best to believe I would have told that man, I said, you know what? I would have got his number. We would have gotten on FaceTime. We would have spoke for the last 6 months. And guess what? Oh, you want to fly me out? Say less, honey. Because this poom poom is ready for you as soon as we get off the flight.
That's what
I am blessing you with this golden flower, okay?
Because Yanni, if she wants the money, there's something called Zelle. Like, the fact that the money that he's trying to invest in you requires you spending time with him and actually like indulging and enjoying these things with him. Like, he's not just trying to throw bread at you for your own sake. He wants to do things with you in order to lead to the golden flower, if you will.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. You both parties have to be on the same page. Both parties have to be on the same page. But if the ball is in your court as a woman, make sure you let them know what your intentions are. And don't lead no man on. Because that's the thing now. Everything is about leading a man on. You get what you want, and then you bounce. And then these men are left in the air, like, what did I just do? Like, I thought I was doing everything I needed to do. No, honey, you're too nice. You men have ever heard of that? Being too nice? Like, this is a thing now. Females are talking about how men are too nice. I don't know what this gentleman looks like. All I know is that he had his money. He's over there flaunting his watch. He's, he got his watch in the video.
His rings are like,
right, his rings pointing at her and stuff. So it's just like, okay, so if you weren't attracted to him, my thing is, this is a solution right here. If you're not attracted to the man, you're only after his money. You only,
buy, like, that's
right, right. Like, I see you. That's it. But if you two are on the same page, both the man and the woman, and y'all are on the same page and y'all understand what is needed from one another, and this is functional, and y'all discuss it beforehand, this should not be a problem. And also, don't sell a dream, and then when you get there is a whole nother story, because that would irritate anyone. That's like you getting excited to, for me, is like going to a Bad Bunny concert, right? Like me getting super excited about going to this Bad Bunny concert because I love him. Going to a Bad Bunny concert, and then all of a sudden my man tells me, it's a prank. Excuse me? I'd be so tight. You know, all this excitement that's going on in my body that I'm ready for. Like, I'm ready to dance. I'm ready to see Bad Bunny. I'm just ready for it all, honey. I'm ready to tear it up. And then somebody tells me no. Like, now I'm not saying no man should ever force a woman to do anything she doesn't want to do. That is a disclaimer that we're definitely putting out there. But at the same time, ladies, we also have to hold ourselves accountable when we do something that dumb. If you don't know this man from a hole in the wall, okay, no number exchange. You're talking through DM for months, which to me is the most immature thing I've ever heard as an adult. And on top of that, he flies you out, buys the dinner, buys the hotel, says you have nothing to worry about, and you put yourself in that situation, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to understand that in today's world, you have to be very careful with things like that. You can't just get up and just leave and bounce, and it is what it is. A lot of women under the comments in this video was saying it. He was a gentleman about it. And yeah, she deserved what she deserved, and he deserved what he deserved, because they both deserved
Right.
to you know what was going on in the video.
Well, you made such a good point about how you and I are both very direct. And I literally, guys, like I will tell you story after story. I'm not innocent and I'm not perfect. And I've made mistakes before where I didn't use my best judgment and
Same.
I've trusted somebody, or I didn't take enough time to get to know somebody, or I went with my instinct that everybody has good intentions, which is not the right thing to do. But one thing Yanni just pointed out is that we're very direct. So if a guy is constantly messaging me, right, and is wondering why I'm not reciprocating interest, or I'm not interested in hanging out with them, they'll say to me like, oh, like, well, are you ever going to let me, blah, 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 blah. And I'll say, well, maybe if you didn't sexualize me every time we talked, then I would be interested in you. This guy was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, you comment on my gym video about like, oh, you must be flexible. Like, or like some other like wild left shit that just makes it seem like your intentions are in a place that I'm not interested in at this time. And I'll be very
Right.
direct about it too, because I'm not trying to curve you, but I'm going to be honest with you and say like, you're not piquing my interest because this is the way you're making me feel. And you have to get to know somebody. And like you said, like, oh, she probably played him and all this stuff. Like, you must really, like I said, she's a bum. You must really have no life. Like, if you can really sit there and maneuver and finagle this shit and really get a dude to go all out and do all this, like, for what? Like, for what? And honestly, like you said, he's wrong and she's wrong. And they both really messed up, because had he had said, if X, Y, and Z comes from me, I expect this from you. And had she said, if I give you X, Y, and Z, that doesn't mean that you're going to get this from me, that whole situation would have never happened between the two of them. So you wasted time, you wasted money, you got humiliated, you wasted energy, and you had to be put in a very uncomfortable situation because you didn't express yourself and you didn't communicate what your boundaries are. And that's a huge thing, guys, in anything in life, in anything in life. I teach very young children. I bring my kids into this all the time because it's so relevant. Like, I'll say to them, like, can I have a hug? Like, I ask them first, and they're little human,
So cute.
right? Like, if I want to give them a hug, I ask them first because it's their body and they should give me permission to hug them and embrace them and stuff like that. Like adults, and we like just don't think to even ask people, or people don't even ask for consent. Like even with comments or words that you're using on social media, messaging a woman or messaging a man and just saying some stuff that's so offensive or inappropriate, like nobody asked you for all that. And
Right.
I really think that like when you set a boundary, like I'll set it through social media. I'll say like, I don't appreciate those types of messages. So therefore I'm going to either unfollow you or you could just stop messaging me. Like right then and there. I don't need the commentary. I don't need those messages. And it's not going to
I
lead.
just block them.
Yeah. Yanni is like, her block button is on like speed dial. Like she's just like, she just blocks you. My sister is the same way. She'll just block you. And like, and I'm always so respectful and I speak from the heart and speak with love. Like I'll say, like it's really unfortunate that this is the way that you approach me, or that these are your intentions, because had they had been different, we probably would have connected on a deeper level, like no love lost, like no offense or anything, but like that's not my vibe and that's not what I'm looking for right now. So you could literally dismiss somebody in a kind way and they'll still be like, oh, you ugly anyway, like whatever. They'll still get all butthurt about it, but like at least you were respectful and you respected yourself and you advocated for yourself and spoke about what your boundaries are, because it's important.
Period. And that's real. That is real. And also, just a PSA out there for all the men out there. I'm going to tell y'all something. Stop going after these women that only have a Cash App, a Zelle, a PayPal, a Venmo
A
link
blue check, a
in
blue check.
in their profile. And then the thing is that you guys set yourself up for failure, because these women are only looking, and there are some women that they do have certain services and they are out there and they let it be known, hey, if you want to, you want to see me do some things, go ahead, pay me, right? And then there are women that don't say that is just like, hey, if you want to zell me, cool. But the women that actually say these things, like put it in their bio, and you join a group chat, and you think that you're connecting with this woman in a romantic level, sweetheart, let me tell you, I meant something. These women are professionals. These women are there for business. So if you feel like they are connecting with you, that you two have something in common, she makes you feel important and seen, and she makes you feel like the best man in the world, like she is so interested in you. That is called persuasion. That is their job. So don't expect too much from these women that only are looking for one thing, and that is the money. So at the end of the day, my awesome men out there, okay, I'm speaking to all of you. You put yourself in these situations. You continue to put yourself in these situations where you end up either disappointed, heartbroken, or now you dislike all the women in the world because you keep putting yourself in these type of situations. The truth is, these women that you are physically attracted to are not attracted to you. They're not interested in you. Look the other way. There are other options in the world. There are so many beautiful, amazing women that have all the personality, that will give you all the attention, that don't just want your money. And I say just, don't just, because at the end of the day, we're adults. We need to be stable. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there. We are adults. We need to have some level of stability. Okay, I need for us to have our lives together before we even move forward. Okay, and that is real. I am so tired of sugar coating any of what's going on in this dating world today, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like a guy asks a woman to go on a date, and I just heard this from a client. The woman asked him to buy her an outfit to go on this date.
Yo.
And he said, so you're telling me in order for me to take you out on a date, I need to buy you an outfit? And she said, yeah. Who do you think I am?
You're a bum. And that's what I'm saying. Like, are you homeless? You don't have clothing? Like, I'm like that shit. Like, okay, so the last date I went on, which honestly was a rarity, that he literally picked me up from my house, drove me into the city, and I don't live in the city, took me to a restaurant, talked about where we were going to go first, paid for dinner. He picked me up. He paid for dinner, and we wanted to stay there and chill. So I'm like, let's go to the bar. I got us on a round of drinks. Like, did I have to buy drinks? No. But honestly, I was so grateful that he was actually a gentleman and he was closer to where we were going, out of his way to pick me up so I didn't have to drive, because treating me like a lady, which honestly is a good expectation to have, ladies. Um, did the right thing. And he was a sweetheart and he was a gentleman. And honestly, like, I'm not out there because I could have driven myself. I could have bought my own food and I could have driven myself home, and that's it. But the thing is you did all those things for me. So I felt compelled to contribute, not because I felt like I had to, or not because I felt like he would have felt some type of way if I didn't offer, but because, like, we're all adults and we're all grown and I have my own. I don't need you to buy me a damn outfit for you to hang out with me and take me somewhere. And like you said, like, these women that it's manipulation. You said they're about their business. It's about manipulation. And these women, like this girl that we just talked about in this video, she feels entitled because of her Instagram following, the numbers of likes on her pictures, and what she looks like, that you fly me out and I don't fly Spirit, and I'm not going to do anything with you, but you're going to take me to dinner and blow all your money on me because I look like this and I deserve that. And honestly, those are the type of women that I just cannot have any respect for at all whatsoever. I don't care if you have a blue check. I don't care what you look like. It's the fact that you're literally manipulating somebody because you feel that you're entitled and you deserve that shit. Like that's wild to me. And the fact that someone like you're not embarrassed to ask someone to clothe you that's not your mother and your father. Like that's
Oh no, the oh no, this generation of the women that are in the dating pool today, there's no shame in their game, honey. None.
you saw what I
No shame at all.
saw what I posted on Facebook because I was like, same kings. Because the other day I just kept like scrolling through Facebook and like I've never seen men complain so much about women in the dating world. Like it's always the other way around. I feel like men are always bashed and like it's always like, oh, you know, they're dogs and they only want one thing and blah 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 blah. But like there's men out there that truly genuinely want just like a not like a normal person. I'm trying to find the right word, like a woman that actually wants them for them and wants to date and have fun together and build and grow and you know obviously include intimacy and all those things that are beautiful about relationships. But it's that hard because they're like, what's your pockets like, you know, buy me an outfit, like what are you driving, like
Fly me out.
yeah, fly me out, and yeah, and I want crab legs and I don't fly Spirit. Like I looked at you, I was like, damn, I fly Spirit. I flew Spirit not too long ago. Good, like
Right. Like, hold up. Wait a minute. Like, listen, that to me is bizarre. But you know where that's coming from? It's called toxic femininity. And this is coming from toxic feminism.
he said crab legs and outfits.
That's all. And my thing is this really what, like, a lot of women, this is all that you think you're worth?
It's sad.
You really think that a man just owes you crab legs, a flight, and spend bread on you? Let
It's
me
sad.
tell you something. I've said this, and I'm saying disclaimer here. I've said this so many times before. If I am a single woman and I had the heart to do what majority of these women be doing, you best to believe I'm gonna be direct. Okay, I'm gonna be direct, and I'm gonna get more than just being flown out and money spent on me. Oh, honey, you need to be, but because that's the thing, you could be single and have your fun. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. But understand that there will be other expectations of you. Whether you are a man or a woman and you want to be single and you want to have your fun and you want to go ahead and have a ball and do you, go ahead, honey, do you. But understand that at the end of the day, these men or women don't owe you nothing. They don't owe you a thing.
Honestly,
Unless,
I would feel uncomfortable. Like I don't want to accept something from anybody if I don't have genuine intentions. And maybe it's because I'm just too genuine to manipulate and shit like that. But like
same.
the main solution that I think that we've come to is communicating. Because and we
Yep.
say all the time, like communication to me is literally the biggest problem solver for everything in life. Like I recently was talking to this guy and at first I was really into him, and in our conversations he said a couple of things that like turned me off, and I really didn't like the way he thought and that I didn't like the way that he moved, and I felt like he wasn't trying to like put effort into seeing me in person, and it was just like dragging out and I wasn't interested in it. So I stopped really answering and talking to him. So he hit me up and he was like, can I ask like why we stopped talking? And I was so honest and so upfront with him. I said, um, if you want me to be honest, respectfully, you said some things that like I kind of thought you were a little bit of a fuckboy. And I feel like we didn't really have as much as a romantic connection. It was more like a friendly vibe for me. And like, I think you're a great guy. I think you're very attractive, but for the long run, I don't see us really progressing further. And he didn't take any offense to anything I said. And he was like, I really appreciate you even responding. If you don't mind me asking, like, what did I say? Like, you know, like he really took it because I was nice. I complimented him because there were some positives that I did see in him.
Right.
I was honest. Like I can't help it if I don't feel a connection with you. And if you're not putting your best foot forward, and if you are and it still isn't enough, then like I'm going to communicate that to you. So,
Right.
and honestly, he's like, oh, I'd love for you to give me another chance, like whatever, whatever. So at the end of the day, I told him how I felt. I told him what went wrong, what was missing, and et cetera, et cetera. And at the end of the day, I feel like ghosting is really immature. It's a lack of emotional maturity and the ability to have uncomfortable conversations. So I was like, like he asked, so I'm going to obviously answer and tell him the truth. And I feel
Right.
like if this woman in this particular situation would have just said like, what are your expectations? He goes, you abused that poor guy. No, I didn't. I was honest. If you would have heard some of the things that he said in conversations, like
this is this is what we need. This is what we need to understand. And this is where men and women are at this point.
that he's kidding.
Be honest. Be
Mm-hmm.
honest and be direct. I know he's joking, but there are some men and women that do feel this way, that feel like, oh, I don't need to be honest. Like I could just say what I want to say and that's it. No, be direct, be straight to the point,
He
and
said
just say it.
crab legs. Listen, it's and listen, I agree with Yanni with that, with being honest, but I also think that the delivery is really important. Like, had I said like you're whack and you're a fuck boy, and honestly, like you don't put in enough effort, and I'm really not feeling you at all, like that would have been such a different way of me delivering it rather than me just
Right.
honest. And like, there was just some things that he said that I felt like his mind and mentality wasn't on the same path that mine is. And it was like, I feel a disconnect here, So like they're talking about lobster tail and crab legs. This is what I'm talking about. Every time we have an episode on love solutions, you guys get caught up in one thing and it never stops. But
I think it's because we're foodies.
all right, guys. I'll take the it's on you. You gotta fly me out. Then you gotta take me to the
You
top.
gotta buy me an outfit. I don't fly Spirit.
He said, I'm hungry. Listen, my energy is sacred to me, and my body is sacred to me, right? And if this woman felt the same way about herself, I would have a lot of respect for her. But what she did was she manipulated somebody, she took advantage of somebody, and she made herself and this man look really stupid. So at the end of the day, had communication been present and had boundaries been set and had questions been asked, the key is speak up. There's so many
Right.
people out there that have unanswered questions that don't know what happened between you or don't know what they're doing wrong. Like, I'll tell a guy straight up, like, women like X, Y, and Z, they don't like this, or this woman doesn't like that. Like, I don't appreciate certain things. So when you come to me, come correct, because I'm not gonna like it when you come at me that way. And it's just and respectful.
Exactly.
But I have a right to advocate for myself. But he
Exactly.
carry you buying me crab legs and new Yeezys. I got you. I got you. I'm
So some
must know me somehow.
so somebody some I wish you would number 4 said if y'all still single it's because y'all don't qualify. And guess what I did, guys? Guess what? Guess what I did?
Guess what? Guess what? People are single because the candidates don't qualify. Oh,
Period. Oh, okay.
Yanni blocked him so quick. Guys, you have no idea. Like, you and my sister are the same. Like, I'll tell her something about something that happened with me or whatever, and she's like, you should just block them. Like, that's her answer for everything. Just like block them.
See, when I tell you this year, I don't have time for it. This is our platform. This is our podcast. And guess what? Anybody that comes in here, because it's a part of the intro. The introduction says self-esteem, self-confidence booster. Share this live. And if you get disrespectful or offensive, you will be blocked. Period.
It ain't none to cut that chick off.
Exactly. So if you come in here with any negative energy, and because that's not what we do here, this is an open discussion. We're respectful about it. And if you come on here walling, guess what? Of course, my bro Rye is gonna go ahead and block you. But if I see it, I'm gonna block you first because I'm not going back and forth with nobody these days. I'm
And
not.
what you just said is correlates not only for our platform, but for the solution to this exact topic. You can say certain things, but once you get disrespectful, you lose credit because now you're not being kind and you're not being a genuine human being. You could say, I hope that one day you ladies find somebody that appreciates and respects you and you appreciate and respect them. Not, we don't qualify and that's why we're still single. Like, that's hurtful and that's not a nice thing to say. So had he said to this girl, like, started abusing her verbally or all these things, like, you look like you're hurt. Like, hurt people. There's
Right.
no reason for me. Had I said to this guy, like, oh, this is why you're still single because this is the way that you talk to women and blah, 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 it would have started a whole argument. And now I'm going to have bad energy and a toxic dynamic with this person that, like, I don't really care to hurt your feelings and for you to say negative things to you. For what?
Right.
Hurting somebody that didn't do anything to me. Like, this random person, like, people on social media, I don't understand why you hop on anybody's platform, I don't care who it is, and say something that's hurtful or offensive. Like, the only time something should get a negative reaction is if someone's being hurt, if there's violence, if it's animal cruelty, if there's things that are blatant disrespect, dehumanizing, anything like of the sort. But we're talking about love here. We're talking about ways that healthy
Right.
can be cultivated. So if you have something negative to say, I mean, I don't even have to say it because my homegirl got my back. She's just going to block you. So, okay.
So, period. Somebody said, I hear music said, I had someone hop in my Instagram live and tell me my mama was ugly. Let me tell you something. One thing, I was like, he knows my mom. This is the sense of humor that I love right there.
No,
He said, I was like, he knows my mom?
That just made my whole day. He said, yo, shit, you know my mom? Damn.
Right. Like, wow. Like, you've seen her before? Like, I never heard of you.
And honestly, though, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like,
right.
How hurt are you? Like, how sad and unfulfilled is your life that you're gonna hop on I Hear Music's live talking about his mom not attractive? Like, Yanni's over here laughing, but that really bothers me. Like, are you good? Are you okay?
See, if that was me, right? Are you okay? Because if that was me,
like, you alright?
Right. If you have a negative attitude, what's wrong with them saying you may never find someone? Andre Williams, I hope you're not a troll, and I'm gonna say this
I don't know. I don't know if you missed the comment though. That's not what they said. They didn't say you may never find someone. That's actually quite a little bit nicer than what they said. They said that if we're still single, it's because we don't qualify. That's like, I mean, it's not nice to say you will never find someone either, but like, it's just, what kind of question is that? Like,
you may never find someone.
If I said to you, Andre Williams, you may never find someone, is that going to make you feel good? No. So that's why there's something wrong with saying it, because it's not nice to say. The positive glass half full comment would say, take your time. What's meant for you will be, and you will find the right person for you when it's meant for you. Not, even if you say you may never find someone with a smile, it's not nice to say that to somebody. So yes, that's why there's something wrong with it. Like,
I'm sorry, y'all. Why would you be offended by them? Believe in yourself. I love that.
We're laughing.
We're not offended. We're laughing at this. We're definitely laughing at this. But
this is coaching. It's coaching. This is a coaching session for people who don't know how to respect others, because believe me, I'm going to go to sleep very well tonight. I'm not worried about their opinion on if I qualify or not. Like, do I need to show you how many people would die to be in my boyfriend right now or be in a relationship with me? No, I don't really care to defend myself, but like,
right.
It's just coming on our platform and being disrespectful. That's the point. With today's technology, you don't even need anyone. Those dolls are looking more real every day.
Yo, who is this guy?
I don't know, but he's freaking hilarious. Yo, you know my mom? That comment.
You getting a follow.
He said, yo, you know my mom?
Right.
Guys, we love and appreciate you. I feel like this was just a whole different energy tonight. We just
Yes.
needed to like put you in a little in place a little bit. Like come correct if you're gonna come on our platform for real, like straight up.
Absolutely. And you guys already heard the solutions on how to set boundaries and how to avoid and avoiding uncomfortable situations. Just be honest with yourself first. Make sure that no one is forcing you to do something that you don't want to do. This goes for both men and women. Make sure that you just speak up. Say what's up. Whether you're a man or woman, say what's up, what you're expecting. This is, oh, these are your expectations. Okay, great. Like let's see where we could, meet in the middle somehow, compromise. These are conversations that us as adults we need to have. Stop pretending like these things are not important because they are. So whether you're going to get flown out or you're just going on a date, whatever the case may be, men, I tell you again, just like Dee said, be honest. Women, just like we said, just be honest. Be direct about it. And make sure that you got your own. You're going to get flown out. So you're not expecting anything.
You're going to fly yourself back like homegirl did. She got to find her way back home, man, because he ain't doing nothing after that.
Andre sure did it.
Andre said, my bad, came in the end of the conversation. I wasn't trying to, come at you aggressively. You did come in at the end, though. But it just goes with what you said, where we're telling you to also be honest. Thank you so much. I am legendary. Appreciate you.
Yes, she is. That's my sis.
Thank you. We're just trying to say, like, even though we're encouraging you to lead with honesty and integrity, just respect people and respect people's feelings, because you're not going to get anywhere. Like, you get more with sugar than you get with salt. Like, you could say something that may not be what someone wants to hear respectfully, and you're still going to get your points across without hurting somebody and looking like you're not that great of a person. Like, I pride myself on telling people about themselves respectfully without making myself look like I'm getting out of character, because it's unnecessary. So be honest, speak your truth, set boundaries. Don't let anybody make you compromise what does not make you feel comfortable for yourself, and you will live a much better, more comfortable life for sure.
That's facts. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight. Wherever you may be, however you may be listening, this is the Love Solutions Podcast. This is your girl, Sayani.
This is your girl, Dari Marie, guys. These comments always have money to get home. Walking back from a fly out is cheaper than gas money, though. I hope that I didn't offend you.
I'm done.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
No, you didn't offend us.
You're beautiful.
You didn't offend us.
You took accountability. You said, my bad.
Yes.
I came at the end of the live. So that is extremely attractive. So you are beautiful as well. And thank you guys so much. Yes. Make sure you got that bread on you if you got to get home real quick, because
Right. And guys, make sure you follow me, you follow Daria. Okay. Please go ahead and follow the podcast. Go subscribe, Love Solutions Podcast on Apple, Anchor FM, on Spotify. We're also on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. If you have any questions or even any topics that you would like to suggest, email us at the Love Solutions Podcast at gmail.com. The Love Solutions Podcast at gmail.com. All right, y'all.
Guys, follow us on TikTok. Our Instagrams are on our TikToks, our platforms. If you don't want to email us topic suggestions, you could always send us a DM or a message, okay?
Yes. Peace and love, y'all. Bye, Z.